Hey everybody, Mike Seifert here. So you're thinking about becoming an entrepreneur and you're not sure how to get started. Maybe you're tired of doing your 9 to 5 job, working for other people, things of that nature. Well, there's several different business ideas and that you can do, that you can actually pursue. This is all going to depend on your business skills, such as, people skills, financial skills, general knowledge, maybe, I don't know, emotional intelligence on how to sell and how to talk to people. Again, that's belongs into the category of people skills. So, you're trying to figure out what to do. There are a lot of business ideas out there, but I want to just say that, you can do anything business-wise that you want, but just remember, everything's going to be hard work. Nothing's going to be easy. A business concept is the same all the way around. Businesses need, obviously, the point of a business is to keep and attract the customer, or attract and then keep a customer. That's the point of a business or a client. You're going to still have to do marketing. You need to set up infrastructure, and you have to be competent in knowing what you're doing. And so, whether it's a real estate agent, or whether it's some type of technology, just thinking of an invention is not a business. An invention is an idea, it's a concept, it's something that can be sold. But if you don't know how to create a real business out of it, then it's not going to take off. Now, maybe if you invent something, you can license it to a big corporation. That will work. I mean, that's something you don't have to do because the corporation, the big company, already has the infrastructure set up and the distribution and everything too. Get that product out there. So let me give you an example. So let's just say you're totally down and out. You don't have any money at all. And I was in those positions before where, very early 20s, on and off, started out doing real estate. Obviously, that's my chosen career. But in the very early stages of the real estate business, I didn't have any clients. I had, nothing going on. This is, the first year I got into the business. So in order to supplement that, I had to figure out what to do to make income while I was building up a real estate business. So, there's ideas like you can start a small cleaning business. This is what I did. And I started at the bottom. I mean, believe me, it's not a glamorous job, but I actually physically did some cleaning jobs for like maybe 4 or 5 years on and off. I actually created a business out of it and got up to about 18 employees at one time. Now, that was not my chosen profession. I did that for 5 years alongside of building up the real estate career, and I really didn't enjoy it whatsoever. I hated it every step of the way, but that's why I always say if you're going to create a business, make sure you have a passion for it and you like it, because it's not going to last. I love real estate, I love investing in stocks, and I love cryptocurrencies, and that's why I'm doing that today, and it's been 18 years that I've stayed in the real estate business. But, just talking about business opportunities, that's easy to get into. Start a cleaning business. My first few accounts paid, little money. It was like $500 to $700 a week I was making. That just supplemented the bills temporarily until things built up with real estate. I even dabbled with a transportation business at one point. This is before the Uber generation, obviously. So, transportation, you have to get your licenses through the state of Michigan. You have to have inspections on the vehicle. You have to have a reasonable vehicle. It has to be nice. And I had a partner, and we used to do airport transportation, picking up people at their house. And driving them back and forth. That was very competitive. It took a lot of startup capital, which at that time we didn't have. This is over, 12, 14 years ago, something like that. Again, alongside with the real estate business, because you do have to have capital to get into business. However, like the real estate business as an agent, you don't need a lot of startup capital. You need to get your license. You need about $1,000 to get into the business. But once you start making some money, you can reinvest that commission that you earn into growing your business. But when you're just starting out and you have nothing, like nobody to help you, no family, you're by yourself, like I was. I didn't have family that loaned me, hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm self-made all the way from the top, all the way top and bottom. I had struggles up and down, but eventually you're going to come back up if you're persistent and you're strong-minded. If you're weak at heart, don't go into business. If you can't take stress and people yelling at you and conflicts and things of that nature, then I would just stick with a job. But if you can handle dealing with many different types of personalities and you're going to have to shape your personality over time. I used to easily get offended and get upset in my early 20s because I wasn't really experienced in business. This day and age, I'm very calm. I don't get upset quickly. I might be mad, but I don't go off and yell at somebody over the phone. I have to, be very careful what I do, and I listen to people. I'm trying to find the facts all the time to, solve the problem. So as an entrepreneur, what can you do? There's multiple businesses. You can get into the stock market trading thing. That's fine, but you need capital. You need at least $5,000 or $10,000 to get started in that. Are these gurus out there on obviously on YouTube and on TV and the internet? All that stuff it's okay, but it's mostly BS. They're going to tell you just enough knowledge to keep you more interested, but they're not going to tell you the mechanics of how to do something. Because if they did, you would become their competition. So they want to make money. So they want to keep, educating you, so-called. They want to say, hey, come to the next level of education. Let me show you how to do this. And then by the time you go through their program, you're spending $30,000. You might as well get a college degree or a master's degree. It doesn't make sense. So the best way to learn business, in my opinion, is through trial and error. And boy, have I made a lot of errors in my past. Just multiple things. You got to learn from your past mistakes. You cannot, you got to learn from your past mistakes. You can't keep repeating mistakes. But once you get the hang of business and understand that you got to honor your commitments, you can't make promises to people that you're really not going to fulfill. I've done that in the past, and I'm sorry I did that. I wish, I would have been better at, back then. But you don't know what you don't know when you're young. So now that you're, even if you're young, just make sure if you make a promise or if you want to do something, stick to your word. Keep your word in business. That's really important, because what I've learned is your word is everything. Do everything in writing. You're going to put together agreements and contracts and validate things. But if you tell somebody you're going to do something for them or you're going to do something for a client, you better damn well do it, because it does look bad and your reputation starts to go down. So that's another thing when you're doing entrepreneurship and you're doing business activities. Just stick to your word and make sure that you're, fulfilling that. So business ideas. Every single idea that you come up with, you're going to feel like, oh, the grass is greener on the other side. Maybe I should get into this. And then you're going to hop into maybe a different business. And then you see somebody's doing, they're putting up fences or something. I know that's an idea that popped in my head. It looks easy to become a fence installer. Let me do that. Some of the tasks you might understand very easily how to do. But remember, a business is a business. It's going to engulf all the things needed for a business: marketing and infrastructure and knowledge of how to run a business eventually. It's all about systems. It's not the one-man show. If you want to do a one-man show, that works too, but you'll never grow into a big corporation or a big company. Once you have systems in place that are automated and everything makes sense and you have a program, that's when you can start to grow. But when you're first starting out, you have to have money to start out in business. That's just simple as that. Now, to obtain that money, there's only a couple ways. It's through savings. So if you have a job, you save up whatever, $10, $20, $100,000 over a 10-year period. And then as an entrepreneur, you take a risk with that capital. That's the whole point of being an entrepreneur. You're willing to take risks with your capital. Now, you can have a full-time job and do real estate on the side where you're, doing sales or you're building a portfolio up. But keep in mind, if you want to get to like a mega, wealthy level, in my opinion, you're going to have to go full-time with whatever you're doing. So, keep that in mind. You can do rental properties. People think they're just going to buy a rental house and start making money and get it and rent it out for money and then sit around and just collect all day. It doesn't work like that, folks. It does not work like that. You are going to be working. Anything that you do, you're going to have to put in the time and dedication. And I mean that. You're going to be working 6-7 days a week in the beginning of your business. in the middle of your business, when you're built up and things are going well, you may not have to work on a Sunday, may still have to work on a Saturday. I like to work. I want to work on a Saturday. It's fun for me. I mean, I want to build my business. I want to get better each day. So that's what you want to think about, getting better each day. Now, the other thing I want to say is that, being in business is, there's going to be ups and downs. You're not going to be on top every day. There's going to be times where you're down one day and then times where you're feeling really great. The key is persistence and not to give up. That's the key. Keep pushing forward, making progress every day. Just like Tony Robbins would say, make progress. And that's I guess, human nature, or that's how you get better self-esteem. Whatever he's saying, I can't remember, but all I remember from what his teachings were is progression in human nature. You want to have a progression every day. So do something positive each day. This, even if it's like making up a template for a marketing letter, making a few phone calls, talking to people. Business is a face-to-face thing as well. Besides progress each day and having positive things, trying to do something in a step forward, in the direction step forward, excuse me. Business is face-to-face. A lot of people think they can do it virtually through Facebook and all this stuff, especially in the real estate business. It makes me kind of laugh that there's companies out there that talk about they have a cloud office and they do everything in the cloud. I'm telling you, business and real estate and any business for that matter is done face-to-face. I want to meet you face-to-face. If you're somebody that's going to come into our organization, I want to know who you are. I don't want to meet you through a Skype email or a Skype message, 2,000 miles away. I want to meet you in person. I want to know what you're about. I want to see your body language when I'm speaking with you. And, so just remember, business is a face-to-face, and anything in person and face-to-face is always better than over the phone or through a letter. Letters work for marketing, but, people want to know who they're dealing with. So that's all I have to say on that. So business is, and being an entrepreneur, come up with some ideas, but remember, it's still a business. The painting business, you can get into like painting. There's a separation between blue-collar work and white-collar work. Remember that. White-collar compared to blue-collar. White-collar, it's more like finance and real estate and insurance sales. Blue-collar, it's more like physical labor work, electrician work, mechanical work, all very respectable jobs. These people are very skilled as well. Even though it's blue-collared, it doesn't mean that they're less skilled. They're very highly skilled people that do these types of positions. A painter, we need painters out there. There's some very skilled painters that work very hard out there. But whatever you choose, let's say I seen a friend get into painting because he thought it was going to be easy. He likes to paint. Well, painting was just part of the job. Then he needed to set up infrastructure and marketing and get the word out. And so he was working 7 days a week doing physical labor jobs, but also having to market and get business. So as an entrepreneur, a small entrepreneur, you're going to wear many hats in the beginning. You got to wear 10 hats. Be an accountant, be a bookkeeper, manager, actually doing the physical job until you build up capital and you can hire help. So that's how it works. You have to build up slowly. So I hope this video gave you some ideas and a little bit of an insight on entrepreneurship. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. But we'll talk to you soon, and have a great day.